Well, I managed to get the brakes fixed. It runs and drives. I drove around the block and it's just missing really bad. This lifter here, I don't know if you can see, but it just clatter, 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 and the push rod, you can push it up and down on the lifter. So I got to yank this manifold. So I kind of stripped the stuff off of it, and at least I can look in there. I think it's probably either the lifter came apart or the cam's wiped out. My bet's the cam's wiped out. We're going to find out. Well, I got that heavy ass manifold off. I don't know what it weighs. Close to 100 pounds. It's heavy. And looks like somebody's been in here. This is a pretty new gasket. Let me get a screwdriver and see if I can take this thing off without messing it up, in case I can put it back. Came off pretty easy. Well, there it is in all its glory. Can't really see anything right now. Get a light look in here, but it looks real clean. I mean, comparatively. I'll see if I can see what's going on down in there and get a light. Luckily, I can see the camshaft right there. Well, that cam don't look too good. Here's another one you can see there, but it's nice and shiny. And this one's kind of satin colored. I can't tell what's going on with the push or the lifter. It's full of oil. Let me get this rocker off of here and see if I can pull that out, but it's definitely not oiling. I know there was nothing coming through the rod, so I'm not sure. We'll get the rest of this apart here and see what I can determine. Well, there's the problem. Got a hole wore right into the lifter. Watch when I push on it, see it's just squirting oil out. So I don't know how long the lifter's supposed to be, but from the looks of it there, it's at least 30 thousandths or so, because that's about what I had up here. I gotta see if I can see that cam a little better now. Yeah, not really. Well, I can get this cover off of here. Yeah, it didn't help much. Well, I really can't see too well, but the camshaft looks kind of satin, and where these are nice and hard and shiny. And that one there don't look too good either. I want to kind of try to bump it around here and see if I can see damage on it. Well, I didn't see a lot of damage on it. Looked like it might have been scored a little. no hot running things. What I'm going to do is, I know it's not very accurate, but I'm going to measure from the where I got about the top of the lifter to the edge there. Just a dial caliper. Not very scientific at all. If I can do it. Alright, that looks like about 70 thousandths or 700 thousandths, 7/10 of an inch. And here's another one that looks like it's up. I'm going to turn it around until I can get the same lifter up and check it. Well, the next one, which is right here, is showing 665. Let me see if I can get that first one on top dead center a little bit. Well, this is showing 670. For the bad one, I'll recheck the good one right next to it. It shows 665. So of course, you know, the castings could easily be 5 thousandths, could be 100 thousandths. Well, not that much, but it could be easily off 10 or 15 thousandths. So if I'm measuring only 5 thousandths here, I could pull another lifter out and measure it, but you know, that's got to be at least 10 or 15 thousandths in there. The main thing is it wasn't pumping up. It was just puking oil out, so it had no freeload, no nothing on it. So I cracked and broke my push rod. You can see the crack right there. Putting it in the wrong cylinder. I got it on crooked. So anyway, I think I can put another lifter and a push rod in here, and it'll probably run. Everything else was running good. I don't see anything else particularly worn, but you know, it's worth a few bucks just to put it back together and see if I can get it running right, rather than trying to get into this major job of replacing the cam and all the lifters. I'm sure the camshaft's bad, but it's a hydraulic lifter, so it should run pretty decent. And we'll see. Well, here's my next pain. I got this manifold all cleaned up and all the gasket surfaces nice. Ordered a new lifter and a push rod. I went and got it. It really wouldn't go in, so I honed it a little bit, and I finally managed to get it to start in, and I tapped it in. And it's not going all the way down. So I'm stuck right there. And it looks like the only way to get it out is pull the motor, and I don't even know if I can get it out if I do that and pull the camshaft. So, but if the camshaft was pulled, I could probably knock it all the way down. I could knock it down and turn the cam over, it would push it back up or break something. I tried vice grips on it, it just slips because that stuff's kind of hardened. There's a tool that goes in there and holds it, and it's like a little slide hammer. Try to jack it out. So I don't know. I was thinking I could weld a nut on it and try to screw something into it, like a piece of all thread or something like that, and put a nut up here on top and try to. I tried everything to get it out, couldn't, so I'm going to make a slide hammer here. Doing this with my eyes closed, so not the best way of welding. I don't know if this camera's probably just black. Here, I'll do this, weld it up, and I'll show you. Alright, I got this nut welded on here, and I can make kind of like a slide hammer out of this, and I'm going to try to weld that rod into that lifter. Never tried this before. Might work, might not. I'm going to put a little weld on the edge of it too, so maybe I can turn it with a vice grip. The problem is that you can't get a hold of that hardened thing. I don't know whether I mess this up or, at any rate, I can't get out any other way. And I don't know if I could even get it out if I had the front end off and pulled the cam out, which I have to do. So I think this is probably the only way to do it. I don't have a slide hammer, but I saw a video of one, so I'm just going to weld that on and hopefully it'll be good enough. Well, I wrapped it with tin foil here, hopefully to keep some of that splatter out of everything. So really all I can do is give it a try and see what happens. Well, there it is, welded up. Don't look like I got any on the cast iron. I'm going to try to first to see if I can lubricate good and wiggle it with a vice grip. Well, let's all grease. I don't even know if that's recording, but I think it is. Let's see if I can get something on this now. I might have been able just to do this just to get vice grips on it. Oh man, it's turning. How about that? Looks like I might have saw it move just a little. Yes, look at that. Okay. At least we got it rotating. Now I can see what I can do with a kind of a slide hammer deal. Yep, it's turning. So maybe a little tapping and turning, and I should put a weight on there. I didn't even think about that, but I might be able to put vice grips on here too and use this as a pry bar to pry up. So, but at least it's moving, and I can eventually get that out. Well, we'll see what we can do now about slide hammering it. And it's still working. You can see I'm almost out there. So, looks like that's a pretty good trick. Now I'll have to cut it off and get it out, but get my pin out, but at least that's the way to get it. I'm going to go ahead and take this off and bring it back when it's out. Well, I got that cut off, and I got my other lifter from Napa, and I measured it. Guess what? It's 2,000 smaller, and it goes in the hole and just falls right in. Look at that. How about that? So somehow this lifter, see, it's showing me 905. This one 903. This is 2,000 smaller. They look the same other than that. Oh, damn. So I didn't go back to the same store. I went to Napa and bought this one. That's the one I got from AutoZone. So anyway, I'll oil this up. Should be able to put it in, and at least I can crank it over and see what it's doing. Yeah, very good. I filled it up with oil. I'm going to try kicking it over now. Oh yeah. Try to run it a little bit. See if I can get some oil on it. Just oil up this stuff. Well, that ought to be good enough. It sounds much better, and I'm probably ought to try to put it on that base circle, but I'll try to run it at fairly high RPM for a little while to try to break it in. But looks like kind of saved the day. I ain't gonna do any more on it today. I'll just kind of put my parts in there. They're all clean, so anything I can do tomorrow will be fine. I'll just pick up all my little tools here and clean up my mess and move on. I got some more stuff I'll show you in a second. I got the manifold back in. That was heavy, and I'm just putting carburetor on now and kind of trying to bolt up stuff. I think another hour or so I should be able to start it. There it is, started and running. The lifter kick is on. This is gone here. Sounds good. It's not wiggling or anything. I still don't have the timing right. Seems to be running good enough. I gotta straighten that power steering pump out. I ran it about 10 minutes, pretty high idle. Temperature gauge still don't work, of course. I have no idea what the oil pressure gauge is. Idling about 1200. Let's see if it'll start. Fires right up. So, at least as far as that bad lifter's concerned, that's a fix. Of course, the timing's still off, and that carburetor's bad, but at least it's running and not clattering and running on all 8 cylinders. Yeah, that intake valve is make a big difference. There we go. I left all my plug wires loose, so I could pull them off to see if they're missing. Snap them back on. So it looks good. I had some water leak there coming out of it somewhere, but tightened up the hoses and it seemed to stop that. So it looks like at least I can drive it a few miles at a time. Of course, that cam is going to eat that lifter up right away, but almost anything was better than it was.